Ever wonder why someone would drop 20 grand on a motorcycle they might never even take off-road? Today, we're breaking down exactly why adventure bikes are worth every single penny, even if your tires never leave the pavement. Welcome to Motorcycle Library. Let's get right into it. Engineering and tech superiority. Let's talk about what really sets adventure bikes apart. The engineering and tech packed into every model. These aren't just big bikes with knobby tires. They're loaded with some of the most advanced systems you'll find in motorcycling today. And I'm not talking about pointless gimmicks. This is real, functional tech that actually changes how you ride. Take semi-active suspension. This isn't just a fancy term. Models from BMW and KTM use SACS and WP semi-active systems that adjust damping in milliseconds. That means when the road gets rough or you're carving through a corner, the suspension reacts instantly to keep the bike composed. It's almost like the bike is reading the road for you. Once you've felt how it smooths out potholes and keeps you planted on uneven pavement, it's hard to go back to anything else. Then there's cornering ABS. Forget the old days of grabbing a handful of brake and hoping for the best in a turn. Brands like BMW and Ducati leverage 6-axis IMUs, gyroscopes plus accelerometers, to adjust braking pressure through lean angles. The system constantly tracks your lean, speed, and braking force, and then tweaks the brakes so you keep traction even when you're really pushing it. It's not just about avoiding a skid, it's about riding with more confidence. Rider modes are another game changer. Research shows they tailor throttle maps and traction control in real time. Rain, road, off-road. It's like turning one bike into 3 distinct machines. Need smooth power for a wet commute? Hit rain mode. Hitting the dirt? Switch to off-road. And the electronics loosen up just enough to let you slide the rear with control. All of this happens with a button press. And yeah, it's not just marketing. These modes actually change how the bike feels in your hands. Sure, cruise control and heated grips are great, but it's the TFT LED displays that really make a difference. Take the Ducati Multistrada V4. Its dash shows nav, tire pressure, rider alerts, everything, right where you need it. That's not just convenience, that's situational awareness. And that matters, especially on long hauls or remote stretches. Bottom line, all this tech isn't just for show. It's what makes these bikes adaptable, safer, and easier to live with, no matter where you ride. Versatility. Versatility is where adventure bikes really earn their reputation. Think of them as the Swiss Army knives of the motorcycle world. One bike, a ton of possibilities. Most people picture long tours or gnarly off-road trips, but honestly, they're surprisingly practical for everyday life. For commuting, the research backs it up. The BMW R 1200 GS offers upright posture that rivals SUV visibility, while the Ténéré 700's nimble chassis handles city traffic like a scooter. Bikes like the Honda CB 500X and KTM 390 Adventure are light enough to filter through traffic, and that upright seating, it means you see over cars, spot hazards early, and stay comfortable in stop-and-go stretches. Add in built-in luggage options, and boom, room for your laptop, groceries, whatever the day throws at you. But the real magic? That shows up when you point one of these bikes toward open roads and longer rides. I remember a ride last year on a Suzuki V-Strom 1050, 7 hours of highway, and I still felt fresh. Thank the plush seat and wind protection. Many of these bikes come with bigger tanks too. Some models give you a 230-mile range. Easy. Research even mentions riders making it 2 days up the Dempster Highway before needing to refuel. And the luggage setups? Hard panniers, soft bags, tail packs, modular and practical. I've packed for weekend camping and still had space left. Off the pavement, they still shine. According to Smith's workshop tests, the KTM 790 Adventure handles gravel like a light dual sport. 229 kilograms fully fueled and pushing 105 horsepower. Even bigger bikes like the Africa Twin. They'll surprise you. Fire roads, mild trails, no problem. Especially with switchable ABS. The Yamaha Tenere 700 is a perfect bridge, light enough to play in dirt, but stable and predictable on pavement. Oh, quick tip from the Smart Course. Feather the clutch in tight corners. It's simple, but makes a huge difference when things get loose or rocky. Bottom line, whether you're commuting, touring, or exploring back roads, you're never boxed in. That kind of flexibility is rare in motorcycling, and it's a huge reason ADV bikes show up everywhere around the globe. Durability and longevity. Durability is a huge reason riders stick with adventure bikes for the long haul. These machines are built to take abuse, not just look tough on the showroom floor. From day one, manufacturers designed them to handle rocky trails, city streets, and everything in between. Just look at the BMW R 1250 GS. Reinforced steel frames? Not for show. They're made to take real hits. Drop it on a rocky climb. Most of the time, you're picking it up, dusting it off, and riding home. Maybe with a scratch on the crash bars. Longevity matters just as much. Riders report over 100,000 miles on V-Stroms and Africa Twins with minimal engine work. That's not luck. That's smart engineering. These engines don't chase high RPMs. They're built to last. Lower compression, conservative tuning, and reliability first. Bikes like the Yamaha Super Tenere and Honda Africa Twin, they rack up big miles and keep going year after year. Protection features make a huge difference too. The KTM 890 Adventure R comes ready. Suspension for punishment, fuel tank for distance, and factory-fitted sump guards and crash bars. Dealer studies show those parts save real money in crashes and tip-overs. Hand guards, skid plates, crash bars, they're not accessories. They're essentials. These bikes are made to thrive in tough conditions. From potholes to backcountry rock gardens, they're not just tough. They're built to keep going, even when everything else says stop. Cost justification. Let's get into the real numbers, because the price tag is usually the first thing people ask about. Is it really worth dropping $15,000? $20,000? Or more on one of these bikes? I get it. That's a lot of money. But here's where the logic kicks in. An ADV bike isn't just one motorcycle. It's like buying 3 bikes in one package. Take the Honda Africa Twin. It can replace your street commuter, weekend tourer, and dual sport. Look at the BMW R 1250 GS or Ducati Multistrada V4. Full touring comfort, big windscreens, advanced cruise control, and luggage setups that make cross-country rides simple. A dedicated touring bike alone? You'd be paying just as much, if not more. And if you wanted to add dual sport capability, that's another few grand minimum. Plus, you'd be giving up comfort, highway power, and needing a trailer just to haul it to the trailhead. But with something like the Africa Twin or KTM 890 Adventure R, you get it all in one platform, one bike, and you ride straight from your garage to wherever the map ends. Even for daily use, ADV bikes shine. Mid-sized options like the Ténéré 700 or Tiger 900 GT are excellent commuters. Narrow for lane splitting, upright for visibility, and smooth enough for both city miles and long highway stretches. Owning one ADV simplifies everything. One insurance policy, one set of tires, one winter prep, maintenance, easier too. A single ADV oil change might run you $100 a year. Compare that to 3 separate bikes, closer to $300 annually. Bikes like the Africa Twin have 8,000-mile service intervals. So you're riding more and wrenching less. So yeah, the upfront cost might look steep, but you're getting 3 bikes worth of function, simpler ownership, and a whole lot less hassle. And when it is time to move on to your next ride, these bikes hold their value better than most. Resale value. Resale value, it's something riders often overlook until they're ready to sell. But with ADV bikes, the math starts working in your favor. Most bikes lose a chunk of value the moment they leave the dealership. But go check used listings. Many Ténéré 700s and Africa Twins are only 10 to 15% below their original MSRP. That's not luck. That's reputation, demand, and durability. Market data shows the Ténéré 700 retaining up to 85% of its MSRP after 3 years. That's better than most sport tourers and cruisers. Why? Because it's reliable, easy to maintain, and built to last. The Africa Twin is another standout. Honda's reputation, proven track record, and you'll still see clean models going for near-new prices. It's not just the badge, it's the way owners treat them. Routine maintenance, clean records, and proper care all make a huge difference. Forums like ADVrider confirm it. Buyers trust that an ADV bike has been looked after better than the average weekend sport bike. And don't forget, the growing demand in the adventure market keeps prices strong. New riders are constantly entering the scene. That means when it's time to sell, you've got a steady stream of interested buyers. So ask yourself, if your bike holds 80% of its value over 3 or 4 years, how much did it really cost you per mile? Lifestyle and community. Owning an adventure bike doesn't just change what you ride, it changes who you ride with. The ADV world is built on community, not competition. Forums like ADVrider, over 200,000 members swapping route tips, gear reviews, and tech advice. These places aren't just message boards, they're where friendships and group rides begin. Look at backcountry discovery routes, 500-mile mapped trails organized by riders, for riders, GPS tracks, packing lists, support crews. It's all shared freely. It's not about ego, it's about helping each other finish the ride. Training's a big part of it too. Programs like Clinton Smout's Smart School have shown a 40% increase in rider confidence, especially for heavier bikes like the GS. That knowledge gets passed around, rider to rider, trail to trail. Even at camp, the vibe is different. It's less about showing off and more about showing up. Swapping stories by the fire, patching gear together, and cheering each other through the gnarly stuff. That's the real ADV scene. And when you buy into an adventure bike, you're buying into that. Not just a machine, but a mindset. So, if you've ever wondered why someone would spend 20 grand on a bike they never dirt tested, now you know. These bikes offer cutting-edge tech, unmatched versatility, real-world durability, and a lifestyle you can't put a price on. It's not just about the spec sheet, it's about freedom. It's about having a machine you trust, whether you're commuting or chasing the horizon. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite ADV bike, or the wildest place you've taken it? If this video helped, give it a like, subscribe to Motorcycle Library, and we'll see you next time, out on the road.